Welcome to another solo PUBG chicken dinner walkthrough. This time on Vikendi. As you can see, we've got a northeast southwest playing path, so I'm going to jump somewhere far northwest of the island, somewhere that doesn't have a name, where there's quite a few houses, where if you were to draw a line from where I'm going to drop towards the flight path, there probably aren't too many famous places, like Castle or Dino Park or places like that, where I know there's going to be lots of people that I will bump into. The idea of this strategy is to avoid early gunfights. Although I'm a avid member of the Hot Drop Discord, and I recommend everybody join, I don't think it's always a good strategy or tactic to help the older player like myself, who perhaps doesn't have the best Twitch gun skills. It doesn't help them to get to the final circles to give them a chance to win a chicken dinner. Plus, obviously, this is PUBG on a PlayStation 4, and just like on the Xbox, the early gunfights, especially if you drop somewhere very busy, like Castle or Abbey is it Abbey or something like that? When there's lots of people in close proximity, the ability of the PlayStation PUBG engine or the Xbox engine to make those gunfights fair doesn't always work. So there's a massive gamble with doing that. Now, when you get good at it, you're great, but I've never really got good at it. So my strategy is always to jump far, loot safe, then come in. Now, you'll see there the next circle has appeared. Oh, by the way, so what we're going to do is we're going to talk about sort of my first bits, and then we're going to jump to the last 10 minutes so I can talk about the final strategy. So I'm going to kind of loot up as fast as I can, and then what we'll do is, I think I'll just bring up another picture of the map just to give you an idea of how far away I am. Now, you see circle's bottom right corner, about as far away as it could be. So what I'm really interested in getting a vehicle, and as I carry on looting, there we have it, I found a snowmobile, which is really good because it means I can carry on looting right up until the last minute. However, I do hear this chap come behind me in a car, and as I've got the SLR with the 4x on it, I think I'm going to have a crack on this guy as he drives away. But he's obviously after something in the Vikendi Pass, because you'll see what he does in a second, which is a fatal mistake. So I start fighting him. At this point he should have run off or get back in the car and drive, but he doesn't. He carries on firing at the snowmobile because he needs to blow up a vehicle. Meanwhile, I'm hammering away at him, doing damage to his car and obviously doing damage to him. He's still running around, and then I think, oh, right, okay, let's really test the SLR. And then, bang, a long distance kill. I don't get them very often, which is a Billy bonus because I can get on my snowmobile, go and loot all this stuff. Right, so now I don't kill anybody else, but now we're in the last 10 minutes of the game. I've followed the quiet side of the circle in, and we've ended sort of. It's a circle that's got a cement factory in the northeast side of it, and if you know, to the southwest of the cement factory, there's a large mountain. So I'm just creeping in, and when I'm playing these final circles, I really am playing the edge and playing the cover. So it's all about thinking, where are other people going? Remembering that people are drawn towards the centre of the circle and they're drawn towards buildings. And where can I be that will be safe? Missing on my words today, so that they can all start firing at each other, giving away their positions, killing each other, so I can kind of mop up the end. Now, I do know, I have heard obviously lots of fire from cement factory, stuff's coming out, but I have heard some fire to my left as well. Now, I'm avoiding trying to make any noise at all, so I'm not breaking windows, I'm not opening doors, I'm just working the edge of this circle, just seeing if I can see anybody. I don't want to go in, because what you're also thinking at this point in the game, you're thinking, well, where's the next circle going to be? In fact, all the way through PUBG, you should really be thinking that. Where's the next circle going to go? I don't want to put myself in a position where it's going to be difficult. So I think that what could happen is the next circle could go southwest of Cement Factory. So I don't really want to be right next to Cement Factory, because when the circle moves and I move, everybody from Cement Factory is going to move. We're all going to be moving together. We're all going to shoot each other. Whereas if I can get there first, that will be great. So I plonk myself down here, ready for a potential move to the southwest, just in case. Very aware that people could be up here. And now I'm just going to wait to see what happens with the next circle. And as you'll see, it moves back towards Cement Factory. So that kind of just means it's going to end up somewhere around I am. It's either going to jump over the road to actually into Cement Factory, or come over to my side, or be somewhere like that. But there's the hard push, if you like, to the southwest hasn't had to happen. I can still hear lots of gunfire over actually in Cement Factory. So again, I'm creeping around, taking opportunities to just have a quick look into these containers, see if there's anything. Now I'm a bit torn here, you see, because I think the only way to come through from my southwest is through that gap up there. So I think players are going to come through there. Because when you look to my left now, that cliff is very, very, very high. And I think, well, if anybody jumps down there, then surely they're going to die. As you'll see there in a few minutes, a guy doesn't. And I'm also aware that if somebody's up there and they're looking down and they see me, you know, I could be a very easy headshot victim. So I know the people over in Cement Factory, there's 9 people left including me, they're all going to be kind of looking after themselves now, and I'm just worried about people coming from the southwest through that gap to kind of flank behind me. So I'm just keeping an eye on that and seeing what happens. The blue's going to come in a few seconds. Just checking what I've got, thinking about changing over. What it is, I've got a G36, that's a 5.56 assault rifle, and I've got the SLR. SLR's got a, and I've got one suppressor that will fit on either one. So I think, you know, shall I put the suppressor on the SLR so I don't give away my position? But thinking about that, in the final gunfights, you don't want to give away position when you're using your AR, so I go back to putting the flash hider on the SLR. Plus, the flash hider does have some recoil compensation. It's not as good as a compensator, but it's better than nothing and better than a suppressor. See that guy there? See, he jumped and he survived. See, he didn't die. If you look in the top right hand corner, if he'd died, something would have popped up underneath the number 8. So he'll be merrily healing up, thinking, oh, that was lucky. But I know when the blue comes, he has to move. And this is another great example of beware of campers, because although I don't know it in the game right now, what is actually happening, where that guy is, he healing, to my left but up the embankment, there's a guy there. And he's going to kill him in a minute. And he's just been sitting there. He hasn't spotted me. You know, he should be able to see me now. All I can think is that the angle of the embankment has got me hidden. But they engage each other in a minute, so I'm just keeping an eye. The blue's going to change in a minute, so we can really see what happens. And I think, oh, a grenade! Somebody's throwing grenades. So a bit of a silly. I shouldn't have really taken that shot, so given away my position. But I don't think the guy who's up there by that. There's a cement truck, isn't there? So he's somewhere up there. So I know he's got to come down, and I fired. So he should know that I'm down here. You know, he should know there's someone close with some sort of weapon, an SLR or something, and I just can't see him. Excuse me while I take a drink of coffee. So again, I'm still thinking, I'm right on the edge of the circle again, tucking myself in by the container door. I'm aware that if somebody hard rotates across the road from Cement Factory, I could be exposed, but that's quite a risky push. That you're covering a lot of empty ground. Remember, when people are in buildings in Cement Factory or any built up area, if they've got to break out and then run across open ground, you're really putting yourself at risk from everybody else who's still in the building, who's waiting, because there'll always be some sod who will wait inside, who doesn't really mind dying to the blue but would rather kill people. Or maybe they've got loads of meds and loads of boosts and things like that. So now I'm just thinking, where is this guy? He has to come down. Where is he going? Just using the right, so he's firing at somebody with a suppressed, it could be an M16 or a 4.16 or something. It's not very loud, so I know he's up there, and he has to come down in a minute when the blue comes in. And what I'm doing is what's going through my mind is, don't commit to a kill unless you can definitely kill them. Don't give away your position unless you can definitely get the kill. Now he probably just saw him there. He's gone behind the top of the tree. Ideally, I want to be able to see him so that I can use my SLR to really blat him in the head and take him down with a couple of shots. I'm also aware, though, he may well decide to rush me. A third-person camera letting me down there. Can't see around the corner. Can I see him? Nope, I can't see him. Listening out. Right, he runs down. I can hear him running down towards me now. So he's at the other end of this container. Right, now he's run behind that. Now, I tell you what, I think he's run behind those concrete, into that concrete bit, you know, with the two diagonal bits coming down. And you'll see in a second I throw a grenade over there. But looking back on the footage, I don't think he did. I think he ran past and ran round to the left. So I think he's hiding behind that little kind of concrete bit there, you know, tucked in. So I think, right, I'll get him with a grenade. Meanwhile, there's been more gunfire over in Cement Factory. We're down to 5, so 4 people and me. I think, right, I'll be clever now. I'll be clever. I'll use my grenade to take him out. I'm also thinking, if he's peeking third person at this point, if he's looking my way, he will be able to see me. I think, right, if we bounce a grenade off that far wall, if we cook it long enough, it'll be a definite kill. I'll definitely get this. And then nothing. So I'm like, oh. I still think he's there though, but badly damaged. But I've got to start moving because of the blue. So again, I'm creeping in, being very, very, very quiet, working the edge, thinking again there could be anybody around these containers. Alright, I just saw somebody there running right to left, going that way. They might have heard the grenade and were moving towards it. So I'm just going to bide my time, use a third person perspective just to see around corners. Moving very quietly so I don't give away my position. I know that there's people over, they'll have come out of Cement Factory now and they'll be on the embankment or the berm by the road. I know there's one guy there, you know, in front of me somewhere around there, and I think, but I could be wrong, that there's the guy. Right, some submachine gun fire. Right, so he kind of worked that way, and it turns out he's worked round the other side, and you'll see him pop up in a minute in front of me. There he is. And I managed to potato quite a few shots with the SLR, but he's looking the wrong way, so, you know, if I can't kill this guy, there's something wrong, isn't there? And then we're down to 2 already. Everybody else has killed each other, so now I pop into here. We're into the last circle now, so when this circle goes, that'll be it. The blue will disappear, and we'll either kill each other, or the person with the most health will win. This guy's lobbing Molotov, so just going down, what you can do is if you ever buy a low window, if you go down prone, you can look through it third person perspective, have a really good look without giving away your position. So going up to full boost, just waiting for the clock to count down, and then I do see him, he's over by that, there's a yellow vehicle I think over by the right. I see his head pop up in a second, so we've got 30 seconds. So now what I'm thinking is, right, I'll take an energy drink in a few seconds to get to full boost, and then we'll kind of go in and see what we can do. So we've taken the energy drink. He pops his head up. I think about now. Yeah, I see him, and I'm like, oh right, cool. Let's see if we can get a headshot on him. But he goes back down again. The blue comes in. I have to move, so I start taking lots of damage. He's there. I go round slightly. I don't know why he didn't have his gun up to try and kill me. Maybe he thought I was on the other side. And there we go, chicken dinner. Right. If you've got any questions or comments, put them down below. If you enjoyed the video, hit like. If you want to see more, press subscribe. Thank you very, very, very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.